amazing things here. It's hard to just picture.
I love Comic-Con because there are so many different people and like we all have different likes and different like races, backgrounds, but at the end of it all, we've all come together for like a general like of something different of cosplay and like anime or comics or something. It's just, it brings people together, I think. Sean?
Megan. It's fun and there's so many people here.
Everyone likes the same sort of thing you like. It's really nice to be around.
I like seeing all the different people that have dressed up, and yeah, you meet some really lovely people. It's interesting seeing other like animes and things people like, and I like the talks and shows that they put on as well.
The atmosphere, the cosplayers, the friendly atmosphere, meeting up and making new friends.
Holly,
Cara, Charlie.
I travelled quite far to be here, so it's like getting to see all of these guys that I don't get to see other than when I come to Comic-Con, which is quite, it's a lot to me.
Yeah, just like getting to see my friends more often because we live all so far away. And it's a great place to like meet new people as well.
I love how it's like a big family. You can buy things that you wouldn't be able to find in normal shops. You can dress up in costume and no one will say anything, and like you can see friends you haven't seen in a very long time.
Pretty much the same idea. I love how there's just like a big sense of community and family, and I like how I'm able to support independent artists more directly instead of just like following them on Instagram and thinking, oh, I might order something from them, but I can't right now. Whereas here I can just see something and buy it. And I really just like going around and seeing other people and meeting other people who are into the same kind of things that I am.
It's really nice to be able to go to a convention and have all, like you said, be like you're all in costume. I love all of that. I love seeing all the costumes being made.
From films to TV shows to even musicals. There's just such a wild variety, and it's just so nice to have an eclectic mix of cosplays.
For me, I come from the cosplay, but a lot of it is cosplay is such a great way to meet people. There's so many, it really sort of bridges that gap to, it's a great icebreaker for people. You meet so many people here.
Like just a wide variety of stalls.
Overpriced food in Deadpool.
That's actually hit the nail on the head there, really, hadn't it? I heard that they do a lot of masquerading. Would you ever go into like doing like the masquerade?
I've thought of it once or twice, but I'm in backstage right, so like I'll just leave it up.
I did one of the I did one of the casual ones at Play Expo this year. Apparently we've started doing casual ones here as well, which is, I only found out because it was happening and I was walking past. But yeah, the casual ones I do, I tend to buy a lot of my stuff, so I can't really do full-on masquerade. No, I'm working.
Hi, I'm Robert Mann, and I do a lot of photography, specialising in cosplay photography at Comic-Cons and during out conventions. I love seeing the variety of cosplays and the lot of photographic potential there is. There's also love hanging out with like some amazing people and like doing photo shoots, and it's just sometimes just chilling out with them. I also kind of like some of the other aspects as well, like all the stores selling all the cool stuff.
Have you cosplayed before at all? Have you done any cosplay?
I've done a few cosplays. I've done my most well-known one is of Harry Hart from the Kingsman films. I've also done Raymond Reddington from the TV show The Blacklist, The Observer from the TV show Fringe, and in the past I did a character called Carito from Sword Art Online. Oh, and I also did Lex Luthor from Batman v Superman.
Out of those cosplays, which one was the one that you was drawn to the most, if you could pick one?
The Kingsman, probably.
My name's Hannah and I work for Repop, who oversee MCM, and I'm kind of event sales, but I help out a lot of the MCM conventions as well. And yeah, so this is my first MCM Manchester. I do a lot of the London shows and Birmingham, but it's been a really nice vibe, so it's good.
And how has it been for you? Have you been okay today?
I've been really enjoying myself. My name's James. I'm a volunteer steward for MCM. This is my first Comic-Con ever. So
how are you finding it? Have you seen anyone really good today that's made you go?
Absolutely, everybody's just incredible. Some of the costumes are crazy. That goes into it.
Would you do like cosplay yourselves if you had the chance?
So I'm really bad at making costumes. So I've attended like cons for years, and I've always said I'm going to make a costume, but I'm really bad at it. But it's something I definitely want to do. And part of the fun that I find is seeing everyone else in cosplay. So to me, it's not so much about me dressing up; it's about seeing everyone else enjoy it as well.
What would you say is the hardest part about being like staff at Comic Con? What would you say is one of the hardest things?
I'd say crowds, maybe.
Yeah, crowd control. Because in some days it's hectic. Like yesterday was, on Saturdays it's so much more busy than Sunday.
Yeah.
Today's been more chill and like relaxed. But yeah, great crowd control stuff.
Yeah, because it's like a community event, people like to sit and chat to each other, so it can be sometimes a little bit difficult, like trying to make sure everyone's happy and like there's not like people can move around, but yeah, that's probably the hardest thing.
It's the community, really. I mean, we can meet some really, really lovely people. We spend all day talking to people that we don't actually know, and we just make friends with them, and we keep in touch with them, and then, I don't know, just hanging around with your friends is just a really fun experience.
Yeah. Seeing everyone's creativity with like costumes and stuff is very, very cool. Like, just seeing some of the stuff that people have made is just amazing.
People mainly, meeting new friends. Meeting celebrities is more of a bonus. I come more for the experience of seeing costumes and people hanging around with friends. Like some people you only see once a year and it's because of these conventions, and it's just great catching up after so long. You get to know them and catch up with them. And then when you meet a celebrity, it's like it's a real thing because you don't believe it's happening sometimes, but it is just more of a bonus to the whole everything else that's going on. So you've got the whole you've got comic book stores, people selling things you wouldn't find in normal shops, and it's a great atmosphere. I get on with so many people, you meet so many new people.
So, my name's Holly. I was actually introduced to cosplay by my sister, who's here and I've lost her, but she's off doing a photo shoot. Comic-Con's amazing because it's a way to express yourself by taking on a persona that you love from a game, a film, an anime, anything that you enjoy really, and that's why I love it so much. It's really difficult in today's society to express yourself and what you love, so Comic-Con's just a place to be free and be yourself.
I used to be severely bullied when I was younger, and it just gave me really dark times. And I was sitting there one day and saw an advert for it. I thought, I love nerdy things, I wanted to give it a check, and I didn't dress up my first year because I didn't feel confident, and then just through the years, bit by bit, I'm building up like level by level of something I want to do, and ever since it's just been a coping mechanism to help me get over feeling sad or anything. And I've met amazing friends through it, and just memories that I'll never forget. I met Nolan North last year, he hugged me, I cried. I met someone this year, I've never been happier because they're a great person. I met many people, I've managed to actually start up my own meetup and met a lot of amazing people. One of them 6'8" and makes me scared, but he's still a great person. And it's something amazing for everyone really. Just to escape reality, just to have something to go to have fun, to just be yourself and enjoy everything. Like I enjoy these because I've got Comic-Con and my birthday, two events that can just come together. It's perfect.
Because it's full of people that have the same interests, and it's just a massive community of people that all just get along.
Basically a big get-together of geeks and anime lovers, everyone that shares the same interests or fantasy, so not even just anime and Marvel and anything like that, and then like Doctor Who and other things like that. It's good for everyone being in one place.
I attend Comic-Con because it's a chance to meet new people and new friends. I love going for other people and like to show how happy it is. And you just get the chance to see and do wonderful things for that day.
I generally love the atmosphere of conventions, you know, the sight of people in like the large colourful costumes and the scent of the venue hall even. causes all the good memories to come flooding back to me. It uplifts my mood a hell of a lot, and I've seen the same effect happening to other people. It's almost as if, like, you're surrounded by hundreds of people who want to be your friend. It's just great. And the variety of stalls is a bonus as well, and I often find myself chatting with the guests from time to time, you know, out of curiosity. Generally, I attend the MCM conventions. I used to attend all the little conventions around Manchester for a brief period as well, but now I'm done with college. My flair to build the proper costumes and perform has come back in a way. I want to attend as many conventions as I can possibly afford, with friends preferably. Soloing conventions is doable, but it's not as enjoyable as it used to be for some reason.
Just say whatever best for the person. Birmingham, I'd say, is a good one because you have the massive game centre. It just depends on what you feel, really.
I have, this is my 6th time coming to this Comic Con, and I've been to Anime and Gaming Con 3 times as well.
Yeah, I've been to some small ones around Manchester and around. Have you been to one in Manchester? Oh, I went to Comic Con last year.
Yeah.
That's it though.
Who did you cosplay?
I cosplayed Grey from Fairy Tale and one of the grunts from Team Skull.
I go to all ones all over the UK, Wales, London, Manchester, Liverpool, all over really.
Which one's been your favourite?
I think it's hard to say, but my favourites, like this year, I've only really been to Manchester MCM and Wales, and it's this one this year. But I would say that my favourite altogether is Hyper Japan.
And why would you say Hyper Japan?
Hyper Japan is a lot more kind of tailored to my interests, as I'm much more into anime than I am comics. So Hyper Japan offers a little bit more for me than Comic Con would.
I don't actually go to that many cons. This is the first one for me this year. But the ones I have gone into the past are the MCM Manchester from last year, and I've been to quite a few Yorkshire cosplay cons.
Which one out of all of them would you?
I'd say I prefer MCM Manchester simply because it's quite a bit bigger, and I feel like there's a better spread of like people with different interests and different tastes.
Thank you.
I have been coming to Manchester Comic Con since I was 13. I'm now 21, and then recently I started going to Birmingham MCM too. It was my only time.
Wow. Which one out of all of these would you say has been like your favourite con?
Birmingham is a lot more organised. Manchester is usually pretty chaotic.
The weather's come today, hasn't it?
Yes, I've been to a few. London, Birmingham, Manchester, and I've been to London.
How about you? Have you been to any more?
Yeah, this is my 7th Manchester, but about 2 or 3 years ago I started doing these small ones around here, and last year or so I've started doing Manchester, Birmingham as well. Sorry, London, Birmingham as well.
Did you go to any cosplay meets at all?
Yeah, I was at one just yesterday.
Oh. And how about you, Brian? Do you go anywhere?
No, I've not really been to many cosplay meets.
Because I know you were saying you've been to 1 or 2 cat meets, you were saying, weren't you? Like picnics.
The cat's picnic.
Next question. Have you been to like any cons like out of like not being staff, or have you like gone and experienced it?
Yeah, so I've been going to MCM cons since I was like 15, so it's about 12 years nearly, maybe 11, and or like since it was very small in London. I go to around that kind of time. EGX, which is like a gaming con, I go to that a lot, and I love event vibes. I love meeting new people that you have the same interests and stuff like that. I think it's good.
Do you have any like social media that you would love people to follow you on or anything like that?
I don't really, to be fair. I follow other people. Yeah. Most of it's my food. Like, I don't know, yeah, I'm not good.
It's terrible memes.
Yeah, all memes.
Which would you say has been like the biggest convention like you've had to run? Like
I'd say MCM London.
MCM London.
Yeah, that was especially we had like Sebastian Stan, so that was just the sheer like volume and people get very excited. So I'd say that was kind of the most craziest.
I've been to many other conventions. I've been to London, I've been to Newcastle, I've been to a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is actually my first year being here, so for the first year it's... Yeah.
How have you found it? Has it been any struggles? Anyone nice that you've met this year?
Hey, get up my
No, not really. I've been to anime and gaming fans, so I'm used to it.
I made loads and loads of friends from Comic Con, and they're all like so nice, and they all help me. And I like gained my boyfriend from Comic Con. It was like they're all, oh, you'll make friends for life.
I met my best friend through Comic Con, so yeah, definitely. I think you can make a lot of friends through Comic Con, and I think having the common interests really helps.
Yeah, I've gained quite a few friends from coming to Comic Con. So last year, I made about like 4 or 5 friends from here. So,
Oh, well, thank you so much. Have you got any plans for the rest of the day at the con?
just looking around.
Oh, thank you so much, darling.
Yeah, met a few people at different cons, and this one I've met online and met here and that, talking to them.
They're all like sisters, love it.
So many friends that I made because of cosplay.
Yeah, I've gained like community essentially. Loads of cosplayers who cosplay cats, people in general. Yeah, it's really nice.
Have you made any friendships or relationships from going to Comic Con?
Mainly friendships.
Yeah, friendships, yes. Relationships, no.
Definitely, I've gained quite a few. There's also been a few rivalries, but and things like that happen sadly. But a lot of amazing friends though.
Well, you look very smart today, Robert. I'm just wondering, have you got any plans for the rest of today? What's been your best moment today, being in the con?
I mean, attending a Marvel vs DC cosplay meet later, hopefully getting some cool shots there. And I've had some good photo shoots so far today.
Oh, what's been the hardest thing you've ever had to like take a picture of at Comic Con?
It's hard to say really. I mean, there's sometimes I think probably maybe the group shoot side of things. I find them a bit trickier to get the light. It's harder to get lighting right when you've got like a massive group and you're also trying to get them into the frame with the camera. Whereas sometimes you, particularly at Comic Con, you often have limited space to work with, which makes it that much more complicated.
What would you say is the hardest thing about cosplaying?
The hardest thing? I'd say, even though I've become more social, I'd say the social side of it is still probably one of the hardest bits for me. For some people it would be the making the cosplays, but I don't really have that skill, so most of my stuff is built from bits and pieces I get rather than properly made myself.
Do you have any social media that people can follow you on?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I've got facebook.com/RobertManMA Photography. I've also got my own website, which is www.robertmanmaphotography.com, and I'm on a modelling portfolio website called Purple Port as well.
That's fantastic, thank you.
No, it makes me feel more sociable, yes. It also makes me feel more body confident.
sometimes I feel like when I'm out and about, people are always judging me, but here I know they're not, because we're all a group of friends at the end of the day, even though we don't know each other.
Would you recommend cosplay to anyone?
Yes, all the time.
Have you got any social media that these lovely viewers can follow you on to boost up those ratings?
I have an Instagram, it's called Stardust Cosplay.
Follow her, you better follow her, she's a good one.
Yep, absolutely. The cons are a big contributor to enabling me to open up, especially during my teenage years.
I just think she's really cute, so I thought I'd come as her today. And everyone seems to like it, so. I'm cosplaying Todoroki from My Hero Academia. I just really love the character, I think it's really cute.
And who are you cosplaying, darling?
Cosplaying Diva from Overwatch. I just think she's amazing.
Friend sent me a picture of someone on stilts and I just stupidly thought, go for it, and kind of just did it. Basically, that crazy idea, I just did it.
Oh, well, have you got any plans for today? Anything nice on the agenda?
No, just walk around and look at stalls.
I'm cosplaying Kurokiyo Shinbuji from Danganronpa version 3. Partly because I am part of a group who are somewhere at the moment, so that's the main reason.
You look fantastic, look really good. And how about you, Madalyn?
I'm cosplaying Canada from Italia because we're doing it together. I'm America.
So I'm Jade and I'm cosplaying Cosplay Tojo from Love Live.
I'm Bryony and I'm cosplaying Red Guy from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I am May and I am cosplaying Karahisu Sumiya.
Loads. Like, some of the friends I have today, some of my closest friends, I found through Comic Cons, and I know if I'd never been to one, I would have never found these friends and never had such close bonds with these people.
And how about you, Madalyn?
I'm not sure if I've completely gained friendships, but I know I've strengthened friendships by being like, oh, you're going to this con, let's go together. And just see people I recognise from like school at MCM Manchester and that kind of stuff.
How about you, Madalyn?
All of my friends have came from going to anime conventions. So I've got these guys and the guys who were just talking to, and we're all in an idol group together. We are Heart Charm Idols.
Oh.
I've just met these people here today because I'm friends with them.
So you've now, what's it called? Adopted her?
Yes.
Adopted her, you've adopted her.
I'm the unofficial,
How many members do we have now?
I'm the unofficial ex-member.
That's absolutely fantastic.
My name's Brian and I'm cosplaying Alonso from Cats and Music.
My name's Andrew, I'm cosplaying Mate from a show called Danmachi.
What would you say is the hardest thing about being a cosplayer?
The heat. Definitely say the heat.
See makeup still on today, Brian?
Only just.
The heat's a good one, but I'd also say that section in between the convention and where you put the costume on. Where you're out in the wild with all the normal people who are very confused.
Yes, that's very true. Many strange things.
Especially when you're something that's not that well known.
Yes,
like I tend to know.
I noticed you're in cosplay today. Who are you cosplaying?
Alice Angel from Bendy Meat Machine.
That's a good game, that actually. It's really good.
I'm Jean-Luc and this is the Far From Home costume for Spider-Man.
Why do you love cosplaying?
I like it just gives me confidence and it's just fun to do, to dress up like the characters that you wish to be as you were a kid. Like, getting to do that and making people's days brighter. Like, so many kids have gone past and like their eyes just light up when they see the costume and it just makes me really happy.
I am obviously cosplaying Deadpool. My name's Hayden Stott. I actually got into cosplaying through my friend Joseph, the one that was interviewed before me.
The lovely doctor guy. The handsome doctor guy.
Honestly, when I first got into cosplay, it was really an escape. When he first introduced me to cosplay, he got me into it. He got me into it mostly because it was just really anxious. I was really anxious to go and I was very hell-bent on it. But now that I've been, it's really an escape for anybody that doesn't really like to go out or at their own homes. This is really an escape for anybody who's into this kind of stuff. So.
Cosplaying Sebastian Michaelis from Black Bottom.
Would you say that being in costume is a nice way to experiment with yourselves?
Yeah, because it proves that obviously I can be try and stay in character, but also when I break character, I can make friends with other people that I would normally not really speak to out of costume because I'm quite to myself anyway.
Would you say that Comic Con is like a social meeting?
Yes, I believe it is a really massive social community, and I love the fact that anyone can be anything and still be appreciated for their costume.
I am cosplaying a Hiri KDA version from League of Legends.
I'm cosplaying a cat girl from Mayhouse, and I'm 17. Everyone seems to like it, so.
Well, you look lovely today, you look really nice. Does dressing in costume make you feel differently about yourself?
Yeah, because people are so lovely when I'm in costume. It's like boosts my confidence, I feel better about myself in general.
It makes me, like, when I'm seeing other people doing it, it makes me feel more confident and happy. Yeah,
I feel like quite happy when I'm cosplaying because it's just fun to do. That's why I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think so, because when I put on a costume, I am so much more confident and I kind of put myself across in a different way, like I'm much more confident in costume than now. When I'm outside of costume, I don't really speak much, I'm very quiet and shy, whereas when I'm in costume, I talk to anyone and everyone, and it's a great way for me making new friends because I get that confidence boost from dressing up as someone else.
And how about you, darling?
Yeah, I definitely do gain a lot more confidence when I am in costume. Like, of course, when you are in costume and you're around other people in costume, you do kind of get that complex of, oh, they look better in it than me. People might kind of prefer that, but I often find that isn't really the case. And if you're wearing the same like cosplay as someone else, they'll just be like, you like the same thing I do, let's talk about it, that kind of thing.
And how about you, my darling?
You do get a lot of the confidence being in costume, but I also find people find me more approachable when I'm in a costume. Because in my day-to-day life, it's like people don't really come talk to me because I'm told I have a resting bitch face. So when I'm all dolled up in all the character makeup and I look friendlier, more people come up to me.
Well, you look fantastic. You all look absolutely amazing.
I feel so much more confident in a wig, lashes, and my costume than I do in real life, because in real life I tend to think that I'm not very cute, I'm not very attractive, whereas when I put the costume on I feel absolutely beautiful and I love the way I look in the mirror.
Would you say it's like wearing a mask and being...
Sort of, because I know for a fact I am still the same person, I've just kind of got an extra layer which I feel like protects me, and only people who are interested in that sort of thing will come and talk to me, so I don't feel like I'm getting judged or anything like that.
Well, for me, it's just kind of something I like to do, even if I don't do it often. So I don't think I can really say I've done it enough to notice there's a difference. But I will say that I do actually feel really confident when I am in cosplay, even if it's just because when I do cosplay, I am more surrounded by friends and by more like-minded people.
I don't believe it changes me much, because even when I'm not in costume, the clothes I wear on the day-to-day are a bit more stylized or hip and happening sort of thing. So it doesn't change me all too much, it's obviously just a character.
Do you have any social medias that you want people to follow you on, track your progress, everything like that?
Yes, the group of us can be found on Instagram at Heart Charm Idols, but my personal one is cosplay.may.
Thank you, darling. Have you got one as well, my love?
And I'm also part of Heart Charm Idols, and my personal is Cherry Gloss Cos.
I feel that when we cosplay, when real life sort of goes on hold, so any trouble or stress outside decrease.
How about you? Would you?
I see it, but probably not to the same amount. But I think at this point most of my friends are also cosplay friends, so the line's starting to blur a bit.
Yeah, so that once I've got the makeup and the costume on, I feel a lot more confident in myself compared to.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a lot more confident in costume as well. I never take photos if I'm not in costume. In costume is like, no, look at me. And there is no way in hell I would go outside and do this.
But you look good, you look really good today.
Definitely, because prior to coming to Comic Con regularly, I didn't even have any social lives. outside of a small autism social group. It's like I've got a lot of friends, I've got a quite big social circle now, thanks to Comic Con and cosplay.
I'd say yeah.
I'd say so. It helps with confidence, I think.
I don't have to worry about like anything at home, anything at work, anything like that. I don't have to think about it because I can just come here and have fun and see other people who are dressed like me. So I think it's really beneficial.
Yeah. More confident as well. Yeah, because normally I wouldn't dress like this.
No, absolutely not. If I didn't have this wig on, this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah. So it is kind of like a place where you can let your hair down and be someone else. Because again, like I feel like in the nerdy community, we can come here and be like, okay, when everyone kind of understands that there is anxiety. Some people are shy. Some people, like, there's people with autism and stuff that have worked with the both speak to us because we both obviously like the same thing.
Would you say it's like a social gathering, like family, like it's like a big group?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of families, we've seen a lot of kids running around and they're having a great fun. Yeah, we love interacting with families.
Oh, it's really
Is there any social media that you think you would like to just get people to follow you, see your page?
Oh, okay. On Instagram, I am Fresh Green Baby, and same on Facebook.
Thank you very much, darling. Social meeting.
It's more just being able to meet up with people who like things that you like more than a social media. It's more, you'll come along, you'll find people with similar interests, you'll get along, you'll form a bond and actually be able to enjoy yourself. You meet people you'll never expect to meet. You meet people dressed as costumes you'll never expect to meet. And you'll laugh, you'll have fun, you'll just enjoy yourself more than anything.
What's been the hardest cosplay that you've ever had to do?
I think so far for me, it was pulling off my leather face, being able to just get it perfect and not look stupid.
Yeah.
The blood, I had to make it look realistic, and it took me about 4 to 5 days to get it to look real. It's a lot harder coming, because I'm planning on doing bigger, better costumes in the future. So far it's my Leatherface costume.
I am cosplaying Shuya Nakahara in a fursuit.
Oh my god! What is the hardest thing about cosplaying or fursuiting?
Firstly, people not knowing who you are, for people who have not seen the fandom, or if you're in a fursuit, some people judge you wrongly, but most people just come up to you and be like, you're adorable.
What would you say is the starter pack to becoming a cosplayer or a fursuiter?
First, genuinely be a lovely person, because cosplay isn't about having accuracy, you don't have to be perfect, just have fun. And fursuiting, you don't have to really have a fursuit to fursuit. You could just wear ears and a tail and just have fun with people around you.
I've done a handful of cosplays over the past 4 or 5 years. My first, I think, was Scout from Team Fortress. I chose to cosplay him as that game was just relevant to me at the time, I guess, and it was really simple and affordable since I was only about 13 at the time, and I didn't have any real income or experience or anything. I actually managed to receive a lot of compliments for it. I was just so pleased. It really changed my perspective of conventions as a whole. And another one of my cosplays that comes to mind is Fox McCloud, aka Star Fox, Again, it was simple to do. I was still literally a kid at the time. I didn't really begin to take the craftsmanship too seriously until I was about 16 or 17. Around that time is when I started making the fursuits, and starting up the business, etc. MCM Comic Con has something for everybody, not just the cosplayers. You're guaranteed to find something relevant to you. I've been attending the Manchester convention every year since 2012. I've been blown away almost every single time. It is, in a way, literally the epicenter of my own happiness. I anticipate it every summer. If you've never been, you should really consider going.
Yes, I would recommend it to others because it helps you relax, I'd say, and you can just have a good time to take your mind off stuff. And it's a good chance to meet new people and new friends if you're going through a rough time.
Yeah, I'd say if you want to cosplay, go for it. It's so much fun, and you meet people who have similar interests to you. 100%.
Recommend Comic Cons like anyone who's never been before?
Yeah, definitely.
And how would you sum it up in one word?
Great.
Yeah, even if you don't cosplay yourself, it's good to see all cosplayers and there's other stuff to look at as well.
What do you get from it? What do you get from it?
Trying to make people laugh, smile and laugh.
Yeah, I feel like people are looking at me more in a good way rather than...
You should, you're owning it. Own it, sister.
Like when I'm going cosplay, that people look at me like there's something wrong, like my dress is not cosplay, it's a bit more like... Wow.
What would you say is the hardest thing about cosplaying?
Comfort, sitting down.
Would you recommend cosplay to anybody?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. You're absolutely fantastic. Do you have any social media that people can follow you on?
Yeah.
Feel free to shout it from the rooftops so everyone hears it.
Heart charm idols.
Have you got any social media? Twitter, Instagram? Okay, what's your Instagram, my darling?
Just heart charm idols.
How about you, my love?
It's a group one for a lot of us, but I also go by Magic Cosplay on Instagram as well.
Be sure to follow Magic Cosplay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it can be a bit overwhelming, I think, with all the crazy outfits and like lots of strange things going on. But yes, to be fair, if you like nerdy things, even like if you like Stranger Things or little Netflix shows like that, there's something for you here. And especially like Manchester and London, like there's always like a little niche that's perfect.
Do you know, like, I noticed that you're in costume today. I just want to say you look absolutely amazing. And do you have any like tips or advice for anyone going into cosplay?
Cosplay is for everyone.
Don't take it too seriously. I mean, it's fun. It's a hobby. You don't need to take it really seriously.
Yeah, like your cosplay will fall to bits on the day.
Absolutely.
You'll be really hot and sweaty and in a lot of pain, but like dressing up as a character that you really love, I feel like that's the key, like the key thing. Because if you don't like the character, why dress up like that?
I'd recommend it to everyone that has had thought about it.
I'd just recommend it to anybody I could.
I would highly recommend, if anyone ever gets the chance, go to either here in Manchester or go to somewhere like London. Because you will meet more amazing people, you potentially meet amazing celebrities, and you'll just be able to have such amazing memories.
Together, socially.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to anyone?
You don't have to come in cosplay.
Just get on the side walls.
Yes, I'd highly recommend Comic-Con to anyone, any age.
How do you both mentally and physically prepare yourself for Comic-Con?
Usually I'd say about 24 hours before my con, it's just complete stress mode. But other than that, I just make a list and make sure I check that about a zillion times to make sure I've just got everything ready.
I mostly try and start as many months in advance as I can. And also, the sort of stress beforehand, up until the point where I leave my house and then I hit that sort of zen state of, well, I can't do anything now.
Have you got any social medias that you'd like to get people to follow you on, boost those ratings?
Yes, I have an Instagram which is @tails001.
I'm Kel Falcon Cosplay on Instagram.
Thank you both very much.
Mentally and physically, mostly it just came from friends. Mostly it came from friends, especially Joseph. He's been with me through me a lot, and he's really just got me into it. But to mentally prepare, just remember in itself that everybody is there for the same reason.
Mentally, for me, it's the organising of all the outfit, make sure that my props are ready, and also travelling, and obviously how many people are actually going to be at the event and how crowded it might be.
What's been like the most hardest cosplay that you've ever had to do?
My hardest cosplay was a fursuit that I made myself, and I didn't make it correctly and I couldn't see out the eyes, so I had to have one of my friends guide me throughout the con.
Oh, that's brilliant. Have you got any cons that you're thinking of going to this year?
Other than this one, I will be going to Doki Doki, which is later on in November.
Is it like, what are your top 5 conventions to recommend people to go to who are trying to get into cosplaying and just Comic Con in general?
I recommend first going to maybe the mini cons or the mini meets. There are some that take place in Manchester. Then I'd also recommend this one. And then once you're comfortable with this one and Doki Doki, then go to possibly London.
Thank you so much for your time today, Chris. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Anyone can go to Comic Con. You don't have to be in cosplay. You can cosplay whoever you want, and you can do your own thing. There's no rules to it. It makes me feel happy. It's sometimes stressful. But happy when you see all the cosplays, because you can just bond with them then.
Let the nerd rate fly out. And the second thing is like they're trying to catch up with the drag queens.
Oh my god, are you a drag queen?
Maybe.